All right, family. Hi, good morning. Welcome to another Smelly Got News. Today is December 21st, 2021. How y'all doing? Of course, get it started with today's news. All right. 20 central banks hold a meeting. Inflation's forced to split. Since when have we had so many central banks actually holding a meeting and they're announcing that they're holding a meeting? All right. So something's going on. They got some issues by each other. They're going head to head. They're bumping. You got so many central banks meeting together, and that's kind of unheard of. And let's get into the article a little bit down. Get into the article down here. All right, the world's central banks, top central banks, are diverging, and some are tackling surging inflation, while others keep stoking demand. A split that looks forward to set the widen in 2022. They go into the article a little bit here, but not much about what they're actually arguing about. They say about inflation, but there's other issues behind closed doors they're feeling about. All right, get into the second article a bit. Second paragraph, you got the U.S. Federal Reserve, European Central Bank, Bank of Japan, Bank of England. They're all they're all going at it with each other. All right. Interesting enough, it says they're not alone. We were counting 16 other participants, including Switzerland, Norway, Mexico, and Russia, have all sent their central banks, and have joined this issue about what's going on with the inflation and other issues. All right. Get a hold of this article, get more digging into it, and put some sections in the comment section that let me know what's going on right here. But that is a big issue that you got 20 central banks of all meeting together, and they've actually announced that they're meeting together. All right, this has been reported in yahoofinance.com. All right, so go ahead and let's hear what you think in the comment section about what's going on. Something deep and is irritating going on behind closed doors about what's going on with this one. All right, so go and get that article from yahoofinance.com. All right. All right, and if you think insider trading doesn't, there's not a two-tiered, let's say penal system going on in the country, and in the world. Here we go. This according to ZeroHedge.com. All right, Ponzi scheme. Insiders dump their own company stocks at a record pace. All right, so they're allowed to dump their own stocks because they're insiders. They know what's about to come down. The economy is imploding. Not just the U.S. economy, but global economy is imploding, and these companies are now dumping their own stocks. All right, they can get allowed with doing it, but we can't. All right, there's rules for thee, and there's penal criminals for we. All right, so again, this is article a little bit right. It says in November, Insider unloaded. They collected 15.59 billion in their company stocks, an all-time record. So in November, the getting was getting good. They sense something coming. Sometimes they know months, maybe even a year in advance what's going on, and they hold off until like the very few months or even days or weeks before. And they go and they start dumping their own company stocks. All right. All right. So we saw there 59. So a total of 15. They rounded up, so about 15.59 billion in insider stocks. All right. So go and get this article from ZeroHedge.com. All right. Then we switch over to the EpochTimes.com. All right, and this is updated as of December 7th, written by December 6th, but December 7th. All right, corporate insiders sold a record level of stocks in 2021. So this is not just one article. This is a bunch of articles. All right. Well, I just plucked two of them out for you. All right, some of the biggest names in the corporate world sold a record 69 billion in stock in 2021. So one news agency is reporting one, another reporting other. But this is just a common reality that the corporate insiders know something is going down. They know something is up. The jig may be up, and they're getting out where they're getting this good. All right, you can go all the way back into the Great Depression to see what was about to happen. Months and years before that, when some of the biggest names in Wall Street had decided they knew what was going on, and they decided to slowly dump their stocks. And then toward the end, when they were convincing people to get into the market, they went ahead and dumped theirs. All right, so they dumped theirs, and then they left everybody else, the plebeians, holding the bag while they got out while the getting was good. All right, so once again, the story is repeating itself. The corporate insiders are dumping their stocks while trying to convince everybody else to get in. All right, so they reap the benefits while everybody else hold the bag. All right, do your own research. Please do your research and get into it. All right, let me know what you think about this in the comment section. All right. And then we continue here with the current article here. The new story we're reporting. Tesla, Elon Musk, he's selling his 12 billion in shares in a month. He's getting out too. All right. So more what's going on. All right. So Elon Musk sold nearly 12 billion worth of shares over the past month since he's the world's richest person. All right, told Twitter users about offloading 10% of his stake in his electric car maker. So something is going on. All right, if Elon Musk is doing it, the rest of them are doing it. You gotta know what's going on. Don't bite the bullet. All right, spend 5-10 minutes of your time look at some of that hit, look at some of the story about what's going on. All right, how they've done this before, they've done it again. All right, that is from Reuters.com. All right, Reuters.com. All right, and then we got our continuing story here of CEOs. More CEOs are quitting left and right. All right, we got forgive me for that one. That is Fort. Please butcher me. I'm butchering this. Help me out in the comment section. All right, Fortescue Metals Group CEO steps down. All right. All right, Andrew Forrest has announced Fortitude Metals Group CEO Elizabeth Gaines will be stepping down from her role. All right, so more CEOs are quitting. People think these CEOs, you think of men. All right, but you got women CEOs, and they're not quitting too. Like I said, somebody know what's going on. They know something is coming down, and they're all getting out with it, it's getting good. All right, so we got the Fortescue CEO. She's stepping down. All right. And then we got more CEOs. All right, the New York Stock Exchange, Stacey Cunningham stepping down as leadership shakeup hits the big board. All right, so you got this is kind of big here. People pay attention to this. This is from Fortune.com. All right, Fortune.com. So if you got the CEO of one of precious metals company, you got the New York Stock Exchange CEO she's leaving, she's quitting, and no, she may not be the CEO. Yeah, she's the head of the New York Stock Exchange. She's stepping down as well too. All right, so something's up. You need to figure out what's going on, folks. All right. All right, let me get rid of this. All right, sorry about that, folks. All right, then you got the Facebook's Irish boss is stepping down. So you got the head of Facebook in Ireland is stepping down as well too. All right, sometimes we think more like over here in the States, but this is going on across the board, across all of the world. All right, bosses are stepping down left and right. All right, this is getting really big. All right, family, you need to understand what's going on. More bosses are stepping down. All right, enough said on that one. All right, and then for our final article for the day, CBO, the Congressional Budget Office. So if you hear CBO, you don't hear much about them because the media don't like talking about them. But they're the Congressional Budget Office. They calculate all these bills and acts, whatever that Congress will get off their lazy behinds and to want to pass everything else to get more money out of us. That's the group of folks who actually calculates how much it's going to cost. All right, so the CBO calculates Build Back Better plan that old Sleepy Joe wants to pass. All right, we'll add $3 trillion to the U.S. deficit. All right, if made permanent. All right, so he wants to pass this. It's already been determined in some circles of the CBO that maybe 5% of this will go to help building back the U.S. infrastructure. The rest of it will go aligning in other people's pockets. All right, so that's going to add $3 trillion to the U.S. budget. All right, so you won't hear this on the so-called media, the big media folks. They don't want to talk about this. They want to talk about, oh, this is a helpful plan to do good. But when you dig into it a little bit, you'll see that this is actually detrimental to the economy. All right. All right. So if you really want to know how what's going on, we're gonna switch over here. A part of this article, and I just added the USDeadclock.org. So if the U.S.'s total national debt is at $29 trillion, think about it adding $3 trillion to that. All right. So by the time they pass it and it gets fully in effect, we might be at $29.5 trillion. Add $3 trillion to that, and we sitting at what? 32.5 trillion dollars. All right. That's unheard of, folks. All right. And then I want to add some of this. Sorry about the screen if it comes out blurry though. I'll try to fix that. All right. But look at the total U.S. national assets, 204 trillion, and the total U.S. national debt. All right, let me get the focus here. Sorry about that. It's $61 trillion. All right. So something's going on to where we're operating in the black. Maybe the actual total debt belongs to the United States of America Incorporated, and the actual total U.S. assets belongs to the restored Republic of the United States. All right. I know that sounds kind of weird, but there's actually a big financial thing going on. All right. The restored Republic of the United States versus the United States Incorporated. All right. So once again, I want to thank you for joining us. This is Melanie News. Be safe, be sound. Remember, you're your own best financier, your own best savings and loan, your own best credit union. All right, you are your own best banker. All right, take care of yourself physically, mentally, and financially. All right, protect yourselves. Get it together with your neighbors. Get the neighbors. Get together with the community. Reach out to other communities. Thank you once again for joining us in the Dismantling Common News. Be safe, be sound. Let's get it started.